Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do an Excel project using some marketing data and answer business questions. So we are given this data. So we have the marketing channel, the week of order, and then like we have revenue data, aggregated data, right? For example, for this particular week starting 1st Jan 2017, revenue was 5,000 something, orders, number of orders received was 75, the spend or the marketing cost was 281, and the split up is whether this data is for new customers or old customers, right? So we have this data from 2017 to I think end of 2018. We are going to try and answer some business questions. Let's go to this tab. So first we are asked to create a new column to find the month of the data. Let's see how to do that, right? So I'll just put month. This is very straightforward. So you can say month of and select this particular date and it will show 1 because this is January. And you can just copy the formula and drag it down. And now we have populated the month data for all the rows. That was question 1. Then they are asking how many rows of data exist for affiliates channel. Is there a way to do this? Yes. So we have a channel called as affiliates. So what can we do? We could say Countif, okay, and the range is this full one, and criteria is nothing but it has to be equal to affiliates. So I will just select A2 value and we get 212 rows. So 212 rows has affiliates present in the data. So that was question number 2, simple use case of Countif. Find the unique marketing channels. How do you find the unique marketing channels? So here is a different way I'm going to teach you. So you can copy all this, right? Marketing channel, take it to a new sheet and then go to data, remove duplicates, click OK, and that's it. Now we have the unique channels. All the duplicate values are gone. So we have about 14 unique channels. Affiliates, email, website, so on up to mobile app. So this is a quick way to also find the unique values in a column. So we have done this. Conditional format, revenue above 3,000. That's the next question. Okay, so we have revenue column here. So let me select, for instance, just one value, and then let's go to conditional formatting. Let's create a new rule. And we can say use a formula. You can say is equal to this C2 greater than, I think it was 3000, right? So wherever it's greater than 3000, let's click on format, and in fill I'll give it a green color. Let's click OK. So it's there. Now you can just do format painter and drag it all the way. And then that's it. So as you see, wherever we have above 3000, it's getting shaded with green. So a powerful use case of conditional formatting. Then they're asking to compute ROAS using pivot table, find the best performing channel. What is ROAS? ROAS is return on ad spend. It is nothing but revenue divided by spend, that ratio. So let me go back here. Let me just copy the whole data and I will insert a pivot table in a new tab. And here I can go to field item sets, click on calculated field, and I'll call it ROAS. And I'll put this as nothing but revenue divided by spend. I've added that. So we have ROAS value now, and let's see per marketing channel. Okay. Obviously for some stuff we don't have, I think, spend values. That's why you're getting a divide by zero error. But as you see, it's ideal that this ROAS values is high as possible, right? That means your revenue was much higher than your spend. So here, as you see, SEO is one of the best performing, which makes sense. We don't spend a lot of money in SEO, right? SEO is usually organic traffic, and then you see stuff like Facebook is just 1.7. We spend a lot of money on costs. So yeah, that is why these values are there. But it's a quick way to understand which channel is performing better in terms of return on ad spend. So let's go to the next one. They're asking which channel had the best AOV. AOV is average order value. It is nothing but total revenue divided by total orders. So I can go back to this pivot table and let me insert another formula, and I'll call it AOV, average order value, basically. And what is that? It's revenue divided by the orders. And let me add that also to the calculations. So now we have AOV. As you see, a lot of channels had very similar AOV. And this list looks like the ones which came directly on the website, right? That particular channel had a AOV of 84. Second best was whoever came from Quora. And also SEO has done reasonably well. And okay, actually mobile app has 90.2, right? That's the highest. So sometimes you might miss this number. So what you can do here is you can sort largest to smallest, and then you'll see mobile app is the highest because it's 90.23 and had the best average order value. So you are able to make the customer spend more per order, right? That's the whole idea of AOV. Okay, so this is done. They're asking to find the total revenue for Google campaigns. How can we do that? First of all, let's go to the data. What do they mean by Google campaigns? This can be pretty ambiguous sometimes. So if I go here and check marketing channel, I think whatever contains the word Google, that's what they are expecting. So we have Google search and Google shopping. And we need to find the total revenue for this. So we could simply just select these two, filter for them. And now total revenue, if you place the cursor here, we get the value, right? It's some very big number, but this is the total revenue for Google search and shopping put together, right? So by using filter function, we can find. Then they're asking to create a drop down based on year and channel and try to showcase the total spend. Okay, so this is an interesting question as well. Let me just remove the filter again. So we have to create drop downs for year and channel. Okay, so let's first calculate year, right? Year from the data. So I'll have to say year of this order week value, and then I just drag it down. Okay, so if you see, we have two unique years, 2017 and 2018, right? So how do we remove the duplicates from that? So we can copy this and take it to a new sheet. I'll like paste special so we don't lose the values. I'll click on values, and now I can just say data, remove duplicates, and OK. And now we have two values. Now how do we create the drop downs? So that's the next part. So first I'll create a drop down here. And how do you create a drop down? You go to data validation and you click on list, and for the source, first let me create for the channels. So I'll create all this. I'll select all of them and click on OK. So I have now drop down of affiliate, email, all that. Then I will do the same for year. So simply say data validation again, go to list, and source is basically those 2 years, right? 2017 and 2018. I'll just select those two, and that's it. Click on OK. Now I also have the year. And the question goes like this: create a drop down based on year and channel and showcase the total spend. So now we can do a sumifs formula, right? So I'll say sumifs. I want to sum the total spend, so I'll select this full range right? That is the first argument. Then criteria range 1. So criteria range 1 is basically, let's say we want to find for website for 2018. So criteria range 1 will be basically this range, and what the criteria has to be. The criteria has to be like the value in this row A2 to EA2772 should be equal to website, right? And criteria range 2 is basically the year. So I could say H2 to H2772, and the criteria must be 2018, this value here. And website, we get value 0 because I think spend for website was 0. Now if I change this to search partners, we get this is the spend 59,920.5. Same search partner I want to see for 2017. Now you see the values will change dynamically. Suppose I want to see for Quora, again spend was 0. If I see SUO shopping 2183 for 2017. For 2018 I can just go filter here, it's 3426. So by creating a sumifs formula and connecting them to the drop downs in the formula, whenever we've changed something here, the values dynamically change, as you notice. So this is also a powerful use case of data validation and drop downs. Cool. So this is done. How was the performance of old customers? So to do that, we can go to the pivot table, and we can put a filter here, right? New customers. So they're asking for old customer. So old customer means new customer value should be equal to 0. So I'll just select that. And as you notice, again, mobile app is the best performing for them, for like old customers. And you see Facebook is also doing quite well in terms of AOV. And in terms of ROAS, SEO had a really high ROAS. And then SEO shopping also had a very high ROAS. So this is just basic analysis just to see how the new customers have been doing. You could go one step further. You could also bring new customers here. And let me just go back here and select both 0 and 1. And just drag it down. So in each category you can see, for example, AOV is like, so when new customer equal to 0, they are old customers. Obviously AOV is higher, 98.77. When it's 1, which is basically new customer, AOV is going down. This kind of makes sense, right? This performance of new versus old customers. All right. Then the last one, they're asking to show the development of revenue over weeks, right? So how do we create weeks? We can insert a new column here. Again, I'll call it week, and there is a week num function in Excel. So I'll say week num of, and again select the order week, that date, and we get the week numbers, right? And now I can just go and insert a new pivot table. Insert pivot table, click on OK. And let's drag revenue, let's drag week, and let's drag year. Let's select 1 year, 2017. And we want to do the sum of revenue, not the count. So I'll go here and change it to sum of revenue. And that's it. Now we can pretty much plot like the development, how it is done over the years. So a good representation for such stuff is a line chart, right? So basically, as you see, this is the development of revenue over time. So as you notice, it's like peaking beyond week 43, it goes up and then comes back down. Week 47, 48, it's usually that Black Friday week sales. So that's why probably it went up, and then again it comes back down. So this is nothing but revenue development over time for a particular year. Revenue over time. Right? So we can see this. If I go back here and like if I filter for like 2018, let's see what we get. 2018 is almost the same. The graph is the same, more or less like the pattern. Again, it goes up around like November time and then comes back down. My x-axis is actually nothing but the week of the year. Okay. So this is a quick plot to identify development of revenue over time. So that's it. We solved 10 quick questions. So we use some week functions, date functions, pivot table, conditional formatting. We also did sumifs, data validation, and also calculated field pivot tables. And we also did some basic filtering as well, right? So some quick interesting Excel concepts. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've attached the link to the file in the description, right? So practice this yourself, keep it as a portfolio project. I'll see you again in another video. If you like the video and stayed till this point, do subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more interesting data analytics projects. Thank you.